There's heavy gridlock coming into Lagos via Lagos-Ibadan expressway. So far, the traffic is said to have been caused by the diversion that the construction firm Julius Berger Nigeria Limited mounted on fat beams to Kara access. This has caused untold hardship on residents of Mowe, Ibafo, Arepo, and other adjoining axes who have to endure grueling gridlock for hours. So far, the traffic is said to have extended beyond Magboro. The Lagos-Ibadan expressway, currently under construction, is also the major route to the northern, southern, and eastern parts of Nigeria. TVC News defense correspondent a few days ago reported the warning given by the Department of State Services over alleged plans by aggrieved politicians to promote chaos in the country. We have details in this report.
A meeting convened by the Inspector General of Police to take a look at the operations of the police during the just concluded election. Among those present are commissioners of police who took charge of security during the polls. The police chief is mindful of the political fallout, but wants aggrieved persons to abide by the law in seeking redress.
This has become critical, granted the recent intelligence and trend in which some elements, by their public announcements and conduct, appear to be bent on triggering the populace into adopting extrajudicial means in the advancement of their political grievances and interests, without minding the dangerous consequences that such a disposition could have on our national peace, hegemony, and security interests. This development is even more worrisome as some groups and individuals under the influence of these prominent political elements and social media influencers are continuing to utilize the media space in disseminating fake news and misinforming unsuspecting members of the public with the sole goal of radicalizing them and guiding them into resorting to civil disorder to threaten our post-election security.
Earlier, the Department of State Services issued a warning against any attempt to incite violence and subvert the democratic process. In their statement, the spokesman for the service said, quote, "The service will continue to take necessary measures to checkmate these elements who do not wish the country well," end of quote.
Participatory democracy means that if you come into contest, you either lose or you win. You know, and then if you lose, there are channels for you to follow if you need a redress. But if you look at it critically and you have seen that the voice of the people is the voice of God, and people have said your opponent is the winner, you congratulate him and move ahead. All of us must not, once there's a contest, one person must emerge. And after that, if you're aggrieved, you follow the normal process. You don't need to engage in anything that could bring problems to the society.
In a related action, the DSS said its agents, in a joint operation with other security agents, arrested a retired army officer, Colonel Oyo State. The DSS alleges that the retired colonel is part of a 6-man gang of criminals in Oyo State.
We have individual characters. Sometimes it could be frustration. Sometimes it could be other factors which I cannot say based on individual sense of value and sense of attitude. So some people sometimes maybe out of frustration, or maybe sometimes it's something to show that they agree with the system, what they call what Emily Dokan would talk economic suicide.
But a group in Kogi State has dismissed the DSS claims against the retired Colonel Suleiman, describing him as a revered politician. The onus of proof is now on the DSS. Sifon ACM, TVC News, Abuja.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has issued certificates of return to the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde. The commission also presented the certificate to the 32 House of Assembly members-elect across the 33 local governments in the state. Olaide Oyewole was there, now reports.
You are by your seat.
The ceremony, which held at the University of Ibadan Conference Center, having top government officials, heads of security agencies, political appointees, and other stakeholders in the electoral process in attendance. One after the other, the 32 lawmakers-elect across the 33 local governments took turns to receive their certificates from the officials of INEC. The governor and his deputy were afterwards presented their certificates amidst cheers from supporters and party stakeholders present.
Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Governor Makinde in his address assured the people of the state that his new administration is ready to take the task of governance and building a state that will be an envy to all the states in Nigeria.
It's a time for us to redouble our efforts towards taking our people from poverty to prosperity.
The resident electoral commissioner wants the elected leaders to use their renewed mandate to reawaken the confidence of the electorate in democracy.
Let me use this opportunity to appeal to the governor-elect, his deputy, and all the 32 state House of Assembly elected members to be simply magnanimous in victory by using this renewed mandate given to them by the good people of Oyo State to serve the people diligently and truthfully. This will go a long way at reviving the lost spirit of participation.
The various lessons learned in previous elections have informed the institution of some policy decisions by the Commission to ensure greater transparency and efficiency of resources for elections in Nigeria.
Governor Seyi Makinde commended his fellow contenders at the last election for showing the spirit of sportsmanship after the election results were declared. Olaide Oyewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
Governor Wike of Rivers State says he won't leave office on May the 29th, 2023 to run away from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, that's the EFCC. The governor and People's Democratic Party strongman said he has nothing to fear if the anti-graft agency comes to probe his administration. Mr. Wike, whose 8-year two-term will end on May the 29th, directed his successor and Rivers State Governor-elect Sim Fubara to show EFCC his many accomplished projects in Rivers if the Anti-Corruption Commission comes for investigation. He spoke on Wednesday at the commissioning of Rumigbo Internal Road Network in the Obiakpo local government area of the state.
I'm not leaving office to run away so that EFCC will not come. I'm leaving office and I will stay here. I'm not going anywhere. When the EFCC comes, go and show them all the projects. I believe that we should have strong leadership. I can't support people whose interest is only to amass money. I can't support people where we did congresses and then raise about 12.5 billion naira. Within 2 months' time, the money is gone. I won't support that. I won't. And that's why I may support that. That bloody criminal must leave the office if we want PDP to be strengthened.